All right, folks, it's another edition of What Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius. You can hear the background noise. For those of us who are following on YouTube, welcome. Facebook, welcome. My page, the podcast page, my personal page, Romero's page. Tonesha, do you have a page? Do you want to go live on your platforms? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't turn my phone off.
You don't got to turn your phone off. Y'all can see I have the lovely Miss Tonesha with me. We are here on Conversations with Cornelius. She turned her phone off. I don't know why, but anyway, she can do what she want to do because she's going to tell me how to leverage my money. And she told me something today that really disturbed me, y'all. I was disturbed. Ask me why I was disturbed. I was disturbed because she said cash was not king anymore. Growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, when we had New Jack City and all that other money that was frivolous activity, that's what we say. Cash has always been king, but now she's telling me cash is not king. So hold on. We'll be right back. It's Conversations with Cornelius. It's Tuesday with Tonesha. We'll be right back. We got a lot to talk about. If y'all have questions, Instagram. No, we're not on Instagram. TikTok, if you have questions. Facebook, if you have questions, we're here for you. Welcome to Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius. Today, you will be engaged, entertained, and educated. Stay tuned. You are about to be CC'd. It is Conversations with Cornelius. All right, we're back. We're back, good people. And being back makes us so much better for being back. I told her to pull up her phone, YouTube, so she can engage too on my platform. So, all right. Let's get this thing going. Tonesha, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? How art thou?
I'm doing well.
Let me see your phone. Right fast. Let me see your phone so we can get this going. I need everybody to like and share and like. It is Tuesday with Tonesha. My man ain't here. Romero's sick, so it is what it is. Tuesday with Tonesha. Tonesha. Okay, let me get to my spot. Tell me a little bit about your weekend. How was it? Did you enjoy it? Not enjoy it? What have you been doing in life personally?
It was great. It went by really fast. In life, I'm just trying to constantly evolve.
Okay. Okay. That must be you. Got it. Here you go. So now she got her phone back, y'all. We good. We just engaging. Tell me, comment one. Somebody's commented already. That's you. All right. You said just previously cash was not king. What brought now at one point in time did you think cash was king?
Yeah. Okay. So I should clarify. If you have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, it can definitely be king. For the average person, is not king. Okay. Like I said before, homes in Tennessee average are about $350,000.
Too much.
Exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
Unless you're making that type of money.
Yeah, but for the most part, most of us can't just go put down $350,000 cash right now and get a home. So for the average American, you have to have some type of credit that you can use to leverage so you can actually make those purchases.
Credit for leverage. Okay, so cash, in that instance, cash is not king.
Correct.
Okay. What makes, when I make the statement cash is king, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
You're able to afford whatever you want.
Affordability.
Yeah.
It's got to be affordable.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the event we don't have the cash, we need credit.
Right.
Oh my God. So let me ask everybody on TikTok, if you don't mind, do you feel or do you think your credit score is where it needs to be? And then what does that credit score really need to be for it to need to be?
Well, our goal at Operation Hope is to get you to a 700 credit score, which is considered good credit.
Okay.
Now, your credit score can range from 300 to 850.
Correct.
So 700 is going to open up those good opportunities or good interest rates, I should say, to where you're not throwing away every dime that you have towards interest.
Come on.
So the higher your score, the less you pay in interest over time, which will save you money in the long run.
Okay. I got you. Which will save us money in the long run. So an 800 credit score. How do I get to that? Like what does it entail? If I'm at 7, 6, if I'm at 5, going to 6, 610, 620, what happens to get me to over that hump to 700, 800 in credit?
First of all, credit is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But
slow down. I like that. Yes. Credit is what?
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Oh, wow. Okay, walk me through that.
You can always change your credit. Credit can always be changed. You're just going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have to know the right tips and tricks to get through it. So what I normally tell my clients on our first meeting is we're going to go over your budget. We need to know exactly what you have coming in and what you have going out so we can budget to pay down debts if you have them to improve your credit score. From there, we then go over your credit report line by line. So if there's collections, which 35% of your credit score is based on payment history. So I always put my first focus on collections if they're there. And reason being is because normally when a collection hits, it'll drop you about 50 points. So I like to try and get those off.
Pause. Okay, I'm in the rears or whatever. I owe some bills. That collection, if I'm paying them on time, am I still being punished or penalized? Or do you know?
If it's a collection, you wasn't paying them. Because
like a bill came.
Okay, yeah. If you're paying a bill on time, no, you're not going to be punished.
Okay.
But if for some reason you don't make the payment, it's going to punish your credit score.
Okay.
So what we can do, because collections are going to stay on your report for 7 years. So a lot of times one collection agency will get it. They'll see they can't collect. They'll sell it to another agency. They'll see they can't collect. They'll sell it to another agency.
Slow down. So my debt is being sold.
Yes.
Never knew that. Never heard that terminology.
Yeah. It's being sold from agency to agency to agency until someone actually collects on that debt.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about that is it's going through so many hands. Most of the time, they can't actually give you documentation 100%, confirming 100% is your debt. Mm-hmm. Another way that we can kind of get out of that is when we send them the letter to validate it, if they don't respond within 30 days and we sent it priority, so we know they actually received it, mm-hmm. That's a means for us to call the credit bureau and say, hey, I sent a debt validation request to this collection agency. They didn't respond to me within this time or didn't provide the documentation I requested. I would like to dispute that debt as unvalidated. And that's a way that it can be removed from your report without you actually having to pay anything. However, if it is validated, which it is in some cases, then I suggest that you pay them down from the lowest to the largest balance.
The lowest. Start with the lowest.
Start with the lowest.
$35 a week or month.
Start with the lowest.
And just start going working your... Don't start from the top down, bottom up.
No, that is a method.
Bottom up.
That is a method that's called the avalanche method. I prefer the snowball method. And let me emphasize with the snowball method, a lot of times you'll see it.
Back up. Slow down.
Okay.
I'm chewing. Snowball versus avalanche.
Snowball, you start with the lowest. Sometimes people tell you the lowest interest rates. I like to do the lowest balance. Just because
go ahead.
I like to do the lowest balance just because if you can knock out a $200 balance, then you think you can knock out a $500 balance. And it snowballs into you knocking out larger balances. So it makes you feel like you're capable because small wins equal big wins. So if you can knock out $200, now you have an additional $200 that you can put towards the next debt, and you keep snowballing. Avalanche is the opposite. You start with the largest debt, but you can easily be deterred with that. You know, if you start with a balance that's $8,000 and you've been working on it for a year,
woo, Jesus,
and you're still paying balances, you know, paying bills, payments on the smaller balances, it doesn't seem like it's ever going to come to an end. Whereas if you start with the smaller balance, you can eliminate what you were paying previously and move that towards the next, and you eventually pay it off a lot sooner.
That's the snowball.
Yeah, and you keep that momentum going, and you'll look up and you'll be debt free.
Okay. And when I become debt free, then what? Like, I think, let me ask this question. Some of us, I guess, in that method need to become more financially responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about financial responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us make money, we're just not financially responsible.
Correct.
So snowballing holds me to a level of accountability. The avalanche is this the same, or how does the avalanche work?
You start with the largest balance and you
Okay.
work your way down.
Okay.
It's not really building momentum. I like the momentum because if I feel like I done paid off this hospital bill, okay, I can pay off his car next. Oh, okay, I knocked out that car and let me pay off these student loans. You're keeping that momentum going and you're showing yourself that you're able to do it. Those small wins is what's going to keep you going. When you're starting with a big balance and you've already had problems being financially responsible or disciplined, it's going to be a lot harder to stay on track.
Right. So small wins. You teach small wins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, small wins. Everybody give a shout out for small wins. I wish it was in person. I cannot wait to get you in person on a day where you can help teach a class.
I will be there.
Okay, avalanche versus snowball. You more snowball
I'm definitely more snowball
than avalanche.
Yes.
Okay, but both work.
Both work.
Depending on where you are.
Exactly.
Okay, both work. We'll take both. I like both working. I do like both working. Both will work. Both are working. Both can work. Financial literacy in the community in which you and I were raised. Do you give it an A, B, C, D, F? Just let's be honest. Let's kind of be brutally honest for a minute. We're talking about financial literacy. Now, I'm going to give mine a C plus. For the simple fact, I saw economic empowerment in people and people close to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand it. Let me just say I saw business owners and entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it a B minus. Now, some of the new stuff we just didn't know. But now we know. Tell me, community, we've been raised, we've been reared, financial literacy. Where are you?
I give it a C.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give it a C. My mom owned her home. She always told me pay everything on time.
Mama.
Well, she still owns her home, but yeah. She always told me to pay everything on time, and I give credit where it's due. She's the reason why I've always paid my credit cards on time. But I will say it was a lot of information that was lacking that we just didn't know. You know, like you'll have a credit card, you're like, well, why aren't they raising my limit? Why isn't it being increased? Well, you got a $200 limit and you're sitting at a $150 balance. It's too high. Your limit, let's say we're always going to use your limit as a guiding point. So if you have $1,000 limit on your credit card, your balance should never be higher than 30%, meaning you should never have a balance over $300.
Didn't know that.
Now we know.
So slow down. Say that again slowly.
You should never have a balance over 30% of the limit. So again, if your limit is $1,000, your balance should never be over $300 or 30%. It makes you look irresponsible. And lenders, when they look at it, they feel like you're using credit to fund your life. And you may not be. You just may want to keep your funds liquid. But that's how they're looking at you. But I will tell you this, people who have 800 plus credit scores, their utilization is normally about 8%. So we're being nice when we're telling you to aim for 30, but the lower the better. However, do not sit at a 0. I had a client.
Sitting at 0 means what?
0 balance. Don't sit at a 0 balance.
And what?
On your credit cards. You want to carry at least a few dollars on there. And the reason being is because let's say if you have a credit card with Capital One, for instance, and every month you're using the card and you're paying it off before the due date.
Okay.
So when they're reporting the information, they know you're using it. But when they report that information to the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, all they're getting is a 0 balance.
Okay.
So when we go over the key components of credit, 30% of your score is based on utilization, revolving debt, which would be utilization. So are you using your revolving debt, which would be credit cards, lines of credit? So if all they're getting is a zero balance, it looks like you're not using it. And again, this is 30% of your score. So I always tell people, if you're a person that pays it down to zero, try to leave $1, $2 on there. And that way it looks like you're actually using it to them. They're not Capital One, but it looks like to the credit bureaus, you're actually using it and your score will go up. My client, the other day, her score went up, I think like 40, 50 points. Because I told her to put a small balance on her cards. She was sitting at a zero. She was at like 725.
That's good.
It's good, but we got her up to like 770, 760 or something like that. So she made a huge jump just by showing that she was actually utilizing those cards.
Okay.
And yeah, she went off and now she's under contract for a home. So
under contract for the home. Now that's what I'm talking about, because, and basically, see, I'm thinking just pay off your debt, get it down to zero balance, and I'm good. But that's not always the best.
It's tricky. And that's why credit coaches need it. And we're free at Operation Hope. Let me tell you that.
Pause. Wait a minute. Did I hear free? I hear free?
We are free.
Did y'all hear free? I think we heard free.
Citizens Bank pays me to make sure I can provide this information to the community free of charge. So it'd be those little things when people are like, why am I sitting at 730, 720? I should be higher than this. It's those little things that matter. So, speak with the experts. We can always help you.
And we can find you again where? I know where she is, but I want her to tell us where she is.
You can find me inside of Citizens Bank. You can also email me at tonesha.tally@operationhope.org. You can text or call me at 615-601-2920.
Y'all got all of that information, and I'm so glad I'm sitting here with Tuesday with Tonesha and understanding that zero balance, even though it's at zero, just put a little on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just something.
$5.
Yeah. $10.
Fine. That is perfectly fine.
But when I pay it off, then it's paid off. I mean,
we don't want to pay it in full. So let's say if you have a $10 balance, they're only going to ask you for $2 of it because they want you to stay in a hamster wheel of interest. So if you say
a hamster wheel of interest, I like that term.
I know I just came off the dome with that. But if you they want you to stay in debt. Okay. So if you owe $10 and they say, well, pay us $2, that's the payment. We always want to pay over that. So instead of paying the full $10, pay $8 or $9. But we want some type of balance to go over to the credit bureaus so you can get the full credit that you deserve when they're formulating or calculating your score. Okay.
I'm thankful for this information. I didn't know this existed in the form that it exists. Shifting gears, or do you got another talking point you just got to bring off right now?
I got a lot of stuff in my mind.
Listen, it's Tuesday with Tonesha. We got plenty of time. Shifting gears, we use AI. It's all right to use AI. Do you use AI when sitting down with potential customers or clients or consumers? I don't know the right term. What do you use? Customer, consumer, client?
Clients, yeah.
Okay. Do you ever use AI? Do you ever use anything to help them see? Because all of us are visual to some degree.
Yeah, I'm a visual learner myself. So I definitely use AI to put like graphs together or to make it easier for people to see. Because sometimes I can explain it, but it doesn't translate the same way. So if I can put it in a visual format for someone, by all means, I'll use it. It's 2026.
It's 2020. What you say is 2026.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about hope. What is hope? Hope. Talk from the standpoint of healing the financial mindset.
I think
we need to be healed financially, my mindset, because I have a bad relationship with money. And here's how I know, not so much particular me, but here's how I know some people have a bad relationship with money. They don't know how to keep it. They just don't know how to keep it. Yeah. And and it's not so much you don't put it in the right flow.
Mm-hmm.
so it can, come back with a return
Mm-hmm.
or several returns. So healing the financial mindset. Talk to me about that, just from your living and how you got to a place of healing your financial mindset.
Well, you first got to acknowledge the issue.
What is
If I can't save my money, if all I do is hold on to my money, I'm putting it under the mattress, it ain't gaining no interest. If I'm giving out all of my money to people, if I go buy luxury items knowing that I can't buy 2-3 of them, if it's a straight, like a stretch for me to purchase it, you got to first realize exactly where your issue lies. And a lot of times people need to do deeper work. Like, where exactly did the mindset come from of you, the scarcity mindset come from of you holding on to everything? You may have been a child that grew up with not much.
And that's okay.
That's perfectly fine. However, we want our money to work for us. We don't want our money sitting under the bed where it's not gaining interest. So we have to first figure out, why am I holding on to it like this, and try to fix that inner child or whatever issue it is that's making you do that. And then you have to look at, how can I make this grow for me? So by speaking with someone within a bank or an expert and looking at accounts where you can put that money in, it may be people that are sitting on $20,000, $30,000 in their house, scared to put it in a bank because they don't trust the banking institutions.
Right.
And that's okay. But just know that $20,000, $30,000 ain't gonna be worth $20,000, $30,000 in a few years.
It's not.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, the dollar isn't even worth a dollar anymore. But if you can put it in like a high yield savings account where it's gaining interest, if you can invest it in a business or something where you can get a return on that investment, you just really want your money working hard for you. Because if you're not working, if your money isn't working hard for you, you're going to always be working for your money. And at some point we have to retire. We have to retire. We have to be able to go out and enjoy life, the things that we've worked for. And I think another thing is, a lot of people don't think long term.
If I've never been taught that concept, it's going to be hard for me to think that concept.
Exactly.
And healing my financial mindset is going to be very difficult because I haven't been taught the value of planning.
And that's for a lot of people in our community.
I had to go back old school. I'm just a smidge older than you. No, I'm not a smidge older. I'm probably much older than you. But even the songs where you say, just got paid Friday night, like, culturally, love the song. As soon as we made it, we spent it. We didn't sow it. Or let's say this. Let me say, we sold it into somebody else. Who sold it somewhere else, and it didn't come back to us. So that's a play. Like, man, I can't wait to get paid. It's Friday night. We're going out. We're hitting the streets. We're hitting the club. We're doing this. We're going to the mall, getting a hair done, getting our nails done, getting an outfit. You just spent $400 in a matter of 2 hours when it took you all week to make what you just spent. So it's not, and is that from, it's not so much scarcity, it's just, I guess, reprioritizing. It's scarcity for some, but it's reprioritizing now for me. Am I making sense?
You're making sense. And look, I'm all for living your best life.
I'm all for it. Within reason. Back and forth with you.
Right. But within reason.
So what does that mean?
I like to tell my clients, if you have a problem with your money going through your hands or burning it, I would suggest that you have different accounts. You have one account strictly for bills or necessities. You have one account strictly for savings. And then you have a wants account. That's your account that you can go to the mall with. You can go out to eat. You can go travel with. Whatever you choose to do, put that money to the side. But make sure that your bills are already taken care of. Make sure your savings is already put to the side. And then you can play with that money how you want to play with it. So everything within reason. Instead of spending $400, we may have only spent $200, but our bills were covered.
Right.
And we put money in savings for a rainy day because life is always going to life.
Life is not going to stop life
Mm-mm.
until till this life is over.
Few things are guaranteed.
Life will life.
Yes.
That's a guarantee.
Guarantee.
You talked about my wants, my needs, my bills. My wants, my needs, my bills. Okay. Those 3 separate accounts. Help me.
So necessities, which would be all of your bills. So housing, light bill, phone bill, everything that you need to survive in one account. And then you have your savings account for when life decides to life.
Because it's going life.
It's always going life. And then you have your wants account, the money that I can do discretionary spending with. I can go out to eat. I can go shopping. I can go traveling. I can go get a massage. I can pretty much do whatever you want with this money. I always tell people, however you get paid, if you get paid bi-weekly, put all of your expenses together, divide them by 2, and then put every time that you get paid, direct deposit that amount into each one of your accounts. So if it
slow down, because you're saying it. I hear what you're saying. Walk us slow.
Okay. Sure. So let's just say, for number's sake, it takes you $1,000 to get through the month. Okay. $500 goes towards necessities. Okay. You direct deposit that into your necessities account. And then let's say you put $300 in your savings account, direct deposit it there. Then you have a remaining $200 that goes into your wants account. So you're not really doing anything. Your job is direct depositing it. All you do is calculate how much it costs to get you through the month, divided by the amount of times that you get paid, and you send it to HR and say, put this amount into this account every time I get paid. And it's kind of like on an auto schedule. It's automated. You don't have to worry about it. You know what goes into that wants account is what you can play with. And you know that bill account has what is necessary to cover your bills.
Right. So helping with the financial mindset. I mean, I'm loving it. You always share some good stuff. What about some of the trauma that you have seen in your own life, possibly, or the life of some of your clients? When we talk about money and the trauma that's tied to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't use any of their examples, but trauma and money. It's a real place.
It is. I think that's one of those scarcity mindsets. There's different money mindsets, but that scarcity mindset, it comes from trauma. Like I said, if you're a person that comes from humble beginnings, you're probably likely to hold on to your money.
Hold on.
You're going to hold on to everything.
Right.
Even though you got it, you probably hold on to it because you know what it's like to not have it.
Not have it to hold on to.
Exactly.
Let's say that. Not have it to hold on to.
Exactly. And then, different traumas breed different things. And sometimes you'll have a person that has a growth mindset where they know what it's like to not have nothing, and they go into overdrive constantly. They're always looking for the next dollar, looking for the next opportunity to grow their money. So trauma
goes both ways.
Yeah, in multiple ways.
It goes both ways. I don't know if this is the right term. Going to therapy, financial therapy. I don't know, but having a therapist, seeing you at the Hope Foundation, is there a way possible that you can help us deal with some of our financial traumas?
Yeah, I think a lot of times people talk to people that don't necessarily have the skills to help them out of a situation. Sometimes you can just vent, and that's great. But if you talk to a coach like myself who actually has the skills to say, hey, you can say, hey, I like to hold on to my money. I know what it's like to not have anything. Sometimes I'll reframe that to, okay, you're holding on to it, but what is that going to do for you in the long run? We could really get you some interest, and you can turn that into this. And if they can see it, go back to ChatGPT where you can see a visual of it.
Pause. ChatGPT, please send us some royalties.
Please.
We would love that. Send it. Yes, go ahead.
But if you can visually see how your money will grow by putting it into a certain account, then you're more apt to actually put it into those accounts. And I tell people baby steps. If you don't want to put everything in there, start with $1,000 and give it a year. Continuously put money in there and see how it grows.
High yield.
Yeah, high yield savings accounts.
Okay. High yield. What else?
There's money market accounts.
Yeah.
There's
CDs.
Yeah. There's, you can invest.
Roth IRAs.
There's Roth. I love a good Roth IRA.
Listen at you. See, but these are let's be honest. For some individuals, we just only know savings.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't even know what CD is, but we've learned more about CDs. But the Roth IRA is really the big thing.
Yeah, you want an individual retirement account. Even though your job is giving you a 401k, and a lot of times they match, you still want something else. And a Roth IRA is just where you're putting money individually into a retirement account that you can use once you get older and you actually retire. Now, there are age contributions. So some people can put $7,000 if they're a little younger. I think it's $7,000 or $7,500. There's an annual amount that you can put into it.
Slow down. So if I want, what's the minimum, or do you know?
Well, you can put anything in it.
$10.
Yeah, but max, it has to be based on age. Now, people that are older, because they're hitting retirement a little sooner, theirs is a little more that they can put into it. When you're under, I think 50, your cap is $7,500 or $7,500 or either $7,000. Don't quote me on that, but it's either going to be $7,000 or $7,500. I feel like it's $7,500
right now.
I think it's $7,500.
With what age? Your children's age? Your age? My age? Me
yeah, anybody. Well, under 50.
Oh, under 50.
Yeah, I think it's under 50.
Okay,
but
under
I'm not near 50, so so okay. So I kind of focus on me.
All right.
But yeah, there are age restrictions on it, and if we meet, we can definitely go over what your restriction would be.
Okay. Let's pivot. Okay, go ahead. Get your phone. We're good. This is on you. This is Tuesday with Tonesha. You know what I'm saying? We can pivot. I come to you for the first time. I know I'm gonna use some very dark, gaudy language. I know nothing about nothing. I sit down, I'm blank, I'm empty, I'm broken, I'm trauma filled, I have trauma bonds. What is your advice to me?
If you think you can do it, you can.
Okay.
If you think you can't, you can't.
Okay. So, I think I can, but I don't even know where to start. Like, I just don't know. Case.
So
point of order, Your Honor. For instance, we just got through or going through tax season. I have a return for $7,800. I have a bad relationship with money.
Mm.
I probably already have $8,000 of this money spent in my head. And we know things happen. Lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we clear with lifing.
Yes.
Help me, sir. Cornelius, you have a refund check of $7,800. What would be your advice?
Well, first, we're going to go over the foundational skills of credit and money management.
Okay.
After that, we're going to go
through foundational skills of credit and money management.
Yep. So
okay.
all
what
of
are those? What are the foundational skills?
Just knowing what a credit report is, the components of what makes up a credit score. Like 35% is payment history. We want to be paying everything on time. 30% is utilization. 15% is payment history. Then we're going to go over new credit. You don't want everybody running your credit all the time. You also need diversity within your credit report. So not only do you have revolving accounts, credit cards, or line of credit, you also have installment accounts, meaning accounts that start with a balance.
You're going fast. Installment is okay. Slow it down. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you all of the ins and outs.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the ins and outs of credit. And then we're gonna go into budgeting. How does budgeting help you? And I always tell people, I always ask, if you hit the lottery today for $100 million, Do you think you would at least have $50 million in 5 years? Everybody says yes, but statistically, 70% of people are broke within 5 years of hitting the lottery for millions. So
slow down, say that slower so the people in the back can hear you.
70% of people that hit the lottery for millions of dollars are broke within 5 years.
Millions. 3, 4 million, 10 million.
Millions.
Broke.
Lifestyle inflation. So before, when you were worried about getting you a new car, now they over here thinking about mansions and airplanes and helicopters. Lifestyle inflation. More money, more problems. So I always tell people, regardless of how much money you have, if you don't have a solid plan for your money, which is what a budget is, it's a plan for your money, you're likely to not have it. So we have to first know all of those foundational skills so we know how to build upon them. And I teach them that just because you're not always going to be with me, you know, and you also want to be able to pass this information down to your children. Because like we were saying before, there was information that we knew, but there were some things that we didn't know about. So if this is information that you can gain and you can pass down to your children, then you're already setting yourself up for generational success. So just making sure that you understand those skills. And then we move into reviewing your credit report. Oh, we also go over savings as well, because life is always going to life.
Life never stops lifing.
It never does. And then we go into the credit report. We're going to go line by line on your report. I'm going to show you every bit of your report, the key components of it. I always tell people, first thing you need to be looking at your report is those addresses. If those 3 addresses, if you don't recognize one of them, that can indicate fraud. So make sure you're paying very close attention to your report. So they get a good understanding of what everything means on a report. Again, we'll move into those collections if there are any. We then move into revolving debt, because that's 30% of your score. And that's going to be the quickest way we can raise your score. So if you don't have a credit card, I need you to get a credit card. If you have a credit card and those...
I'm not good without it.
No, you're not. You're missing 30% of your score.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 30% of your
Unless
score.
I have $4 million sitting in the savings account, huh?
Exactly.
And that's very far and few in between.
Exactly. So we got to work with what we got. So we have to have that revolving factor. And a lot of people are scared. If you're scared, get a secured credit card. That just means that you put down the money. So instead of Capital One sending you a $1,000 credit card, a credit card with a limit of $1,000, that just means that you say, hey, I'm a bank on myself. And you put down your own $1,000 or $300, whatever it may be. And you show them that you're responsible by keeping that balance low. And normally at the end of that, at the end of like a year or 2 years, they'll raise your limit, double what you put into it, or either they'll send you back what you put into it. But it pretty much just shows that you're banking on yourself and you're going to be responsible. And I like it because I feel like people spend that money a lot better than if someone just hands them $1,000 limit.
Oh, you've helped me healing my financial mindset.
Glad.
Breaking the cycle. Now, addressing the trauma. Thirdly, replace fear with financial faith and discipline. I want them new J's. I don't even wear, as you say, I got some stuff in the closet, but fortunately, I never was into that. Fortunately, I'm not saying there's not a culture of people that we know people that are into that. Red bottoms, you gotta Dolce & Gabbana, I get it. Aston Martin, I get it. Rolls Royce, I get it. But those are their names. People forget that. We're sewing into that. When I was coming up, it was Tommy Hilfiger. But not knowing that I was sewing into him. And I made him richer and better. And I looked a part, but he owned that part, or they own that part that we look. So again, coming off the tax season, y'all listen carefully. you have $7,000, and you will probably get that same $7,000 back next year. Maybe for the next 14 years, 15 years, you have money. Make that money work for you.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the trauma, sometimes the company that I keep, the Joneses and the Smiths, we're trying to keep up with so many people that we miss major opportunities in becoming more financially disciplined. And in the long run, we suffer. But thank God for your mother. Mommy, shout out to you. Is Granny watching today? Because Granny was watching last time. Did you text her?
No, I didn't text. I just left from her house. But no, I didn't text her.
Oh, you did? What?
But I knew it would come on later, so.
It's on now, on live.
Okay.
I thought we live. We're on YouTube right now. You can be like, Granny, I'm going to send you this link. Just open it up. Okay. Help me with financial discipline. I know you talked about wanting 3 accounts. I mean, discipline hurts. It's hard not to get your hair done for some people. I mean, I live within my means. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked hard. I've had a good work ethic because I had it close to me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
family members who had jobs and entrepreneurs at the same time. So it's like, okay, you're going to go cut the grass. You're going to go clean up buildings. You're going to have money to do what you really want to do. And money's not hard to get, but sometimes it's hard to keep. So what is your advice for those of us who can't so much keep it?
Think about your most prized possession or what you love the most, and think about money as that. I always think about money in the same respect as my kids.
Ooh, as children?
Yes, because I value them, I protect them with my life. And I know long-term money can set me up for success. So if I know I water my money just like I water my kids. You know, if I want them to grow up and be successful, I have to speak to them in that light. I have to protect them. I have to guide them in that way that I want them to go. So if I can keep the same respect for my money, then my money can actually grow for me and be beneficial. So a lot of times it's hard for people to think of money as something else. But if you can channel that in your mind as something that's valuable and that can take you farther in life, you'll understand that it's so much more important than throwing it away on frivolous things. And again, I'm never going to tell you not to do the things that you love. That's why you have that wants account. But let's say you only put $200 into that wants account and the pair of shoes you want is $1,000.
I'm going to put them on that credit card.
No, we may need to wait 5 weeks.
She said,
we gonna wait.
You just told me get that credit card score.
I told you to keep it on 30% too. So I always tell people, be honest with yourself, but you work too hard not to give yourself the things that you want. But do it within reason.
How much of your want do you really want? Like, I'm not bashing. Do you really need 30 pair of shoes?
You don't.
But we got them.
But different people got different things that they like to do.
That's right. That's your thing.
You may got a shoe person. You may got a travel person, food person. Yeah. It's different things float different boats. But you have to do it within reason. And I'm big on girl math. If it's something that I want.
Girl what?
Girl math.
Girl math?
Girl math. If it's something that I want, I'm going to work a little harder. Okay. You may need to pick up an extra job, pick up some extra shifts or something, do some overtime. But if it's something that you really want, work harder for it. Don't go into debt because of that when you can get a couple of extra dollars. Get your entrepreneurial spirit going. You know, if you buy shoes, you're a collector. Okay, you may not want this pair anymore. Sell it, you know, and then use that to get another pair. It's just all about thinking outside of the box.
So at what point in your life did you begin to think outside of the box? And I know you're growing and evolving because your job is to think outside of the box financially. So you're just like, I thought this at 17 and I thought this in college. And now I thought this in my early whatevers. And now I'm still in my early whatevers. And I'm thinking this now. So I think it was always evolving. So let me just say that. But you woke up that morning and was like, let me make some real shifts in life.
When I moved out on my own, because I'll be honest with you, prior to that, my mom is always, you
She
know,
the GOAT.
yes. And she always
Shout out to mom again for being the GOAT.
yeah, she always made it look easy. You know, we like when you were talking about Tommy Hilfiger, all of my younger pictures, Tommy down. You know, like she always made it look so easy.
And it wasn't.
And now I realize it wasn't
Mama,
easy.
it wasn't that easy.
But I thank God for the independence that I have, because I'm a person that's willing to work. I got hustle. I don't want to go ask anybody for anything. So I'm always willing to work. But I realized once I moved out on my own how hard it really was. And I had some life happened to me. So I had to get that savings together. Life will always teach you. It'll always teach you, and it'll humble you too. So I always try to make sure that I got some savings on the back end, just for when life decides to life. But yeah, when I moved out on my own, it was a big adjustment. But I got with it. I wasn't gonna sink.
All right. Well, we at 46 minutes. She probably didn't even realize that.
No.
She's like, what? And we want to do this hopefully next month, because every Tuesday we want to have a Tuesday with Tonesha that can help us. We talked about healing the financial mindset. Next time, I want to talk about ownership over dependency. What does that look like? Home ownership, because you're a homeowner. And your mother was a homeowner. Was your grandmother a homeowner?
No.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You live and you learn.
But remember, right? There are certain systematic things that are set up, and we're not gonna get into that today. But ownership, the O and then the P, practical financial education. I mean, educating ourselves practically about money, money markets, Roth IRAs, insurance policies. You know, Nuck, I love you, Ray. I love you, brother, cousin, uncle. But nothing was in place.
No.
Nothing.
And it's funny that you say that. I'm actually studying for my insurance license now.
Are you?
Yes. I feel like it's so vital because it can really change the trajectory of someone's life. If you get a $300,000 policy from someone passing, that's so much that you can do with that.
Spend it.
You can spend it, but you can also invest it. You can start entrepreneurial dreams.
Right, all of it, because trauma.
Yeah, trauma.
The first time we get it, we want to go spend it.
Lifestyle inflation.
Yeah, it's like, grandmama left us $500,000 between me and my siblings. The mama said, yeah, I want y'all to have it. I'm good. Here you go. You got 175. Your sister got 170. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got, and you sitting there with $175,000 check. Okay. We on our way to the DR. I mean, instead of saying, okay, y'all, let's take a 10th. Everybody take a 10th. Put it in an account. Start something. You know, for the next.
Start a trust. Yeah.
But again, the financial education piece. We're not there. Girl, where we going? Pull up. I'm in Lexus. Pull up on me. I got you, girl. Grandmama left us. And I get that. I love that. I really do. But again, you and your siblings were left X amount of dollars, and which could have been done or used or utilized, not weaponized. It just hit me. It shouldn't have become a weapon. It should become something that you utilize. And we just need that education. And then finally, we need economic collaboration. I just need to know how to collaborate with the right institutions like Hope. I don't know. I see the founder online. I watch them, I follow him, but who do I partner with when I start? Where do I go? Who do I turn to as a songwriter said when I start coming into wealth? You know, I mean, I don't know these. Some people don't know these things, and to their detriment, because you don't know. As we say, you return to your own vomit. But so, I mean, a lot of these things help, and having these conversations, you know, monthly, show enough. Can I say show enough? Show enough help, because people don't know. And you talk about a trust. What is a trust? Trust what? Trust who? What is a trust? The Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of them are broke though? No, they're not broke. I'm sorry. What happened? They didn't do right with the money.
And look, and the thing is, you have to provide the education to the generation that's coming behind you so they can keep that money growing.
Yeah.
If they're not providing that education, if they're just allowing people to spend the money willy-nilly, it's going to be gone. You know how we were talking about a minute ago? People hit the lottery for millions and they're broke within 5 years.
How? I'm confused.
It's TV shows on it. Literally.
I know it is. I know it is. And I'm still trying to figure that out. Like how some of the professional athletes that have multi-million-dollar contracts or not multi-million-dollar.
And you got to know who's around you too. It is crooked people all over. You have to look. You need to have two signatures. You don't need just one person that can sign off, because if that's the case, then you can lose everything. You need to go back and double check. I think it's Oprah that says that. You need to double check behind the first person. You always have to double check. And I think a lot of times people are just spending and they don't know. For instance, I used my card, my credit card at a gas station.
Okay. Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I used it at the pump and I've been doing it for years. And the reason I use my credit card is because I always know it's covered. If something doesn't happen, well, out of all of these years of me using a credit card, one time I got hit with fraud. And before I even noticed it, and I check my accounts every day, before I even noticed it, my bank messaged me, hey, what's going on? Did you make this payment? Did you do this? They started off with really small amounts. Like, no, I didn't do that. Okay, we detected fraud, closed. We're sending you a new account. So that's another thing about the banks that I like, because they have an interest in your money. And this is why I say they have an interest in your money. And this is why they have an interest in your money. They are protecting your money because they are lending it out to people. And that's why you need to make sure when you're doing savings accounts, you're getting a fair interest rate, because they're lending your money to everybody in the world. Everybody. Anybody that signs up with them and they get approved, they are willing to lend your money out. And if you're not actually getting something back from that, some of these banks are paying 0.1% interest on savings accounts. That's a penny with a hole in it at the end of the year.
What?
0.1%. Major banks. So pay attention. They be like, oh, we'll give you a free savings account. Savings account ain't doing nothing for you. Nothing. And they're lending your money out to people. So look for high yield savings accounts. Those accounts with 3, 4, 5% interest, those are the savings accounts we want to look for.
I'm looking. Nobody has questions. I think they are enjoying the conversation. Yeah, I think they are. Any other thing before we get off of here, because we have 53 minutes. She's like, what, Pastor?
I just enjoyed my time. I love talking about credit. I like seeing people move up financially. It's literally one of the joys
of your life.
It is. I'm so fulfilled in everything that I do. A win for my clients is a win for me, and I absolutely love it. So if anyone needs help taking yourself to the next level financially, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have coaches that are all over the United States. I can help anybody as long as they're in the U.S. and they're 18
What about
and
Puerto
older.
Rico?
I'm sorry?
Puerto Rico? Allowed? Puerto Rico?
Yeah, you can. Come on. That's the United States.
Yeah, anybody in the U.S.
Yeah, so I can definitely assist anyone. All of our services are free of charge, paid for by Citizens Bank and our other financial partners. But for me specifically, Citizens Bank. So if you need assistance, you can look us up at operationhope.org. You can reach out to me directly at tonesha.tally@operationhope.org. You can text, you can call me at 615-601-2920.
615
601
601
2920.
2920.
And if you know anybody this information can help, please pass that on. Again, it is a free service and we stick with you until you succeed, whether it's a year, 6 months, 3 months, however long it may be.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Again, if they want to see you in person, where do we go?
Citizens Bank on Jefferson Street in Nashville, Tennessee.
That is the Eclectic North Nashville on Jefferson Street, 37208. Yeah, because up the street is 09. And I'm 08 and I'm right here. So I know that. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that. Well, until next time, it's been fun. It's been real. Thank you, Miss Tonesha, for your lending yourself to us for an hour this morning.
Thank you.
So guess what, y'all? We have to do right by right. We know. Are you going to the office today?
No.
Okay. So don't try to pull up, huh? Not today, huh?
Not today.
Don't pull up today. Not today. Not today.
But text me and I'll let you know when I'm there. We can set up a meeting.
Okay. Well, it's been Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius. Thank you. It's been Tuesday with Tonesha. Y'all will see her again. I promise you next month, even if we have to do some other stuff to pre-record, I don't mind because we have to talk about those other tidbits of information. And she wants you financially free, right?
Yes.
Leave a financial legacy, correct?
Correct.
Listen, she has a mantra and a mission for living, and we're so grateful. Hey, until next week, thank you for tuning in to Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius, with Tuesday with Tonesha. Peace and blessings. Thank you for tuning in to Conversations with Cornelius. Please follow me on my social media platforms: Facebook, Cornelius A. Hill; Instagram, Arne Hill; Twitter, Hill Cornelius; and YouTube, Cornelius Hill. Now do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. It's Conversations with Cornelius. You've just been CC'd.